Hey y'all. Welcome one. Welcome all. We in Japan, y'all. This is my third time recording this. So we gonna get it. So with the opening of Libra season, my season, 10-5 all the way live, being in full effect, I wanted to take this time to talk about how being deprived, doubted, and dismissed, the triple D. Ooh, y'all saw that. If you will, can really have you believe you are not worthy when things start lightening up and favor is underway. I'm calling this one Wikipedia Help Me Media. Just Forget About It, episode 39369. Damn, she fine. Hey. I titled this episode this because what is that habit called? Like, truly. Survivor's abuse, maybe? I don't know. Wikipedia really needs to get on top of defining that. But anyway, why do so many of us do it? We go through these long, emotionally taxing journeys to fight for our freedom, our 10 of cups, for all my true spiritualists, you know what's up, to finally arrive and then to start doubting our place in this Saturn return. I know I'm guilty. Now, I did an episode, maybe 16, on scarcity mindset, but this is a bit different. It's different, y'all, because I believe most of us suffering, or who have suffered or has been subjected to this psychological fuckery or warfare in our own heads, we truly believe and know that we are deserving, right? But I think the part that gets is, do we know how to act when we receive what we've been fighting for? Do we know how to act? For myself, I could definitively say, no, not all the time. I don't. Now, what do I mean by this? What I mean is, although we believe and know we deserve, do we know how to preserve once we receive it? Do we know how to preserve the things that we've been fighting for or we feel deserving of? Preserve our favor and being grateful, adaptable, and most importantly, unafraid. Unafraid. God has not created a spirit of fear. Now, a prime example for me is this trip. This trip to Japan. Japan is beautiful. The culture and the people are vibrant. But is there a big presence or even acknowledgement of Black, brown folk outside of what they see on TV? Hell no. And furthermore, tailgating back on episode 7, Locked and Only, if y'all haven't watched that, check it out, where I talk about the current state of affairs of people on their spiritual journey, ascending on their spiritual journey, and how we are not welcoming to one another, even as, novice spiritualists. That's what I experience here when seeing other Black people visiting in Japan, y'all. Like, I want to be the only one head-ass travel people. I don't see you. I don't want to know where you're from. I don't care. And for me, That's a hard pill to swallow. That's a wound I have still to heal. But I'm digressing. Back to the example of this triple D mind fuckery. Okay? Now, I feel it takes a strong and mentally sound outlook to take and accept these realities. The reality of not having a black and brown presence in Japan and kind of being looked at as a spectacle, and not because, I don't know, it doesn't matter. And seeing other black and brown people visiting in Japan disregard your presence. It takes a strong person to not take these kind of instances and to accept the reality of them without pitting them up against every single disappointment in your life that reminds you of that. This is a test, if you will. And it is within this test we can either rise to the occasion of showing all we've learned by welcoming changes that remind us of past pain, or hold ourselves back from that one missing puzzle piece, furthering our need to continue to intensely heal in the area we need most. Now, don't get me wrong. Healing is not linear. It is a constant and lifelong thing. But this I'm referring to is kind of like healing, re-injuring yourself in the same spot, and needing to heal again. So what does this look like in a real life scenario? All right, so say you fled an abusive relationship, as a lot of us have. I know I have. Let me know if y'all want an episode on this. I think we need one. If so, comment need in the comments, y'all. We're going to make that happen. So you fled an abusive relationship and had a bout of celibacy. You're doing your thing. You're cleansing yourself. You're taking care of yourself. All of that good stuff, right? And then boom, summer comes, or that winter itch come, and you vibing. You meet a sexy new prospect, sexy new thing. So it is here where the test begins. Okay? So Wikipedia help me media type shit. So you think and you meet this prospect, right? So when you meet this prospect, this is the time that we must think about the reasons we are attracted to this new prospect, especially if we haven't been dating and kind of like, scoping the scene prior to. I'm talking about when you fled an abusive relationship or in an undesirable relationship. Abusive relationship is the example on this one. And you're getting back on the dating scene, right? We have to think about the reasons why we are attracted to these new prospects. Are there any similarities in the reasons that correlate with your past trauma? I want y'all to think about it. So, for example, you thought the unapologetic, non-fucks given aspect of your ex was appealing until he exercised that on you and really meant it. So back to the boo thing, right? The new boo thing. After we, leave the do thing, the doo-doo. Back to the boo thing we meet in the heat of the summer or whatever, in your heat of the moment, if it's the winter time. We have to think, does this person have or carry similar levels of appeal or excitement like those that have wronged me that I have to heal from. Now notice, this is different from internal struggles, because this is sort of an internal struggle, but it starts with an external response. Do you feel me? I hope I'm making sense, because it's making sense in my head, but it might sound like jibber 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 jibber. All right. So when we meet this new person, after fleeing something that was undesirable and having a break of just taking care of yourself, this is our test, y'all. I'm just explaining to y'all how we pass our test to get to our 10 of Cups eternally, because I'm trying to get there. So when we meet a new boo thing, we need to really consider why we're attracted to this person. If there's any similarities of rebellion or of things that have shown up in the past, we really should reconsider. Not only them, meaning the boo thing, the sexy new thing, but our perspective for continuing to choose and to be attracted to the same devils in different entities. It is here that if we select and continue to entertain these past mistakes, that we fail our tests. And although we can still find blessings in our lives, in other areas, we remain void of the ones needed to really propel us into preserving, conserving our blessings in life we deserve eternally, like forever. So, what is it called, Wikipedia? What is that called? Us juxing ourselves out of our own opportunity to be greater than what we already are. For now, we can leave this here. Because like episode 38, Essence of the Presence, we must reflect on our feelings, on our wounds internally to produce solutions externally. But understand the difference between the two. Understand that the Black perspective or the Black disconnect is a mental and an internal thing that I battle with. It's internal. So it shows up externally, but internally I have to process it differently. Whereas an external situation that you allow to happen due to your internal thing, you have to do the opposite. So like the contrapositive, for those that know what that is, it's lawyer terms. Anyhow, you have to do the opposite. So I know it sounds like, what are you talking about? You're saying here with the Black culture, you need to mimic the mistakes of what has hurt you. And yes, because those mistakes are mental. Whereas in the relationship, fleeing an abusive relationship, it's an external force that you allow to affect your internal. So you have to deal with the external aspect of that before healing the internal. Do you feel me? So if externally you can't control yourself, or you can't curve anybody that is interested in you because you just want whoever is interested in you, you have to change the way you respond to that externally so that internally you can heal. I kind of went off, but I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, because we do have to reflect on things internally, externally, or externally to solve the internally for the sake of our future, our purpose, and our legacy. And by God, legacy is very important. And I really hope you believe it to be too. Until next time, y'all. J Fat out.